starting the engine is always a little bit sacred moment for me. It's like a machine comes to the life. But starting of engines went through a long evolution, from turning of handle to today's chassis keyless system. In the early days of motoring, several steps had to be done before the start. Open the petrol tap, adjust the advanced lever at steering wheel, open the oil greasing, and switch on the ignition. And after checking that gear lever is in neutral position, the driver could go in the front of the car and turn the handle. The handle had to be pushed in towards the car. Then the engine could be turned and started. The turning requires an initial swing, but you will see that even 1908 Laurin Klement BSC would start on the first try. The engine was switched off by turning the key back to cut the electric circuit. Over the time, the electric starter was integrated into the car and turning of starter handle was no more needed. For example, this superb 3000 OHV has an electric starter, but before the start, some steps are needed. You have to open the petrol tap, switch on the ignition and adjust the choke lever on the dashboard. Believe it or not, this 1939 car has already a push-button start. Nowadays, a few people know that cars could have been started also with a pedal. Pressing it pushed the electric starter pinion into gear. The nice example is this Skoda 1101 from 1948. The starter pedal was on the right, above the gas pedal, and to start, all you had to do was press it down. Here too, before starting, the petrol tap had to be opened and the key pushed in to connect the electrical circuit. When the engine was cold, the choke rod still had to be pulled. Another method of starting was the pull rod. For example, this 1957 Skoda 440, so-called Spartak. After pressing in the ignition key into electric circuit, the pull rod engaged the pinion gear of the starter and at the same time connected the contacts of starter, which begins to rotate and turned the engine. We all know how to start with a key. This was established at the beginning of 60s as the most convenient alternative. We will demonstrate it on this 1969 Skoda 1100 MBX. I just have to sit down and turn the key. This is the movement you will never forget. And nowadays, the key is just in your pocket. You don't even need to push the button anymore. Just get in and go.